power fluctuations down here in Salopia. It's absolutely fine. It's just there's the substations are becoming overloaded. So if ever you get like flickering buildings or you're flickering street lights, what I always do is highlight the building, click the pylon to view the electrical connections, and then click through them. So I can see straight away that's at 142%, so that's going to be causing issues. And then look at the next one nearest by, that's at 151. So straight away I know what's causing this error here. So we've got our substation here being built. This is a mod as well. I'm going to try and remember to point out when I am using mods to because obviously it might not be relevant to you if you don't have the mod. So it is this one here, the substation without wires, that one there. So we're just going to get that built through cash, and I'll just show you the finances at the moment, and why producing grain, or at least diversifying where I get the grain from, is very important, because it really is starting to add up. I don't know whether they put their prices up, but it seems to be a lot, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna double check those, see what the price history has been, see whether we are just experiencing a bit of a spike at the moment, because my economy over the last 6 months towards the end of 1977, the sort of the other half of 1977, really has been crap. I've lost a huge amount of money. I was the rubles and dollars amount was more or less exactly the same up until very recently, and then as you can see the rubles are down at about 60 million. So we're going to investigate that, see what's causing that, and then see what other things arise. So I will put, so I'll just use the standard substation here, the path version. Actually, I think that might be a mod as well. Like I said, nearly everything I use in the game is a mod, because the mod community, they have made some brilliant mods that do really make the game shine, and do enable you to make a very unique republic. So put one there, one there, one. What I don't like is when you have loads of them, all like loads of substations all close together. I don't think they're the most attractive building as it is, but then when you've got to have loads of them together. Right, so that's 3. So as always, we add underground wires, because overground wires just make your republic just end up looking like an absolute mess, I think. Eventually, I mean, sometimes, don't get me wrong, they are needed, and you do need your overground wires, but I do try and keep those to a minimum. Okay, connect that one up there. Where was the other one I put in? Up here. That's another reason as well. See, if ever you get buildings like this that have their own electrical connections, do try and use those, because they greatly reduce the load on your substations. So you expect now I've connected this, it will probably, the usage will decrease, but you can never, if you can fit the substations in, they're not too ugly or whatever, then they're not going to harm. Okay, so that one's connected, and I didn't have one more up here yet. Right, so okay, right, see what a difference that's made. Right, so the power does not seem to be blinking on and off there anymore, which is an improvement. And what's the usage on this? So this one, so it's still at 129%, which is surprising really, because I have connected those up. Well, maybe put another, perhaps pop one right in the middle here. At least then it won't be too noticeable. So, because these are going to and from more or less the same place, put on your, what's this called? Near snap, because then it just helps keep your wires all nice and together. But this probably is going to be play up a little bit because we've got this here. So I might have to go on my own for a bit and then, yeah, just connect that round. Some of these are still being built, so maybe once they're built, yeah, I could probably do with one more, maybe over by this station, just to balance that sort of out. So I don't think there's much here that uses an awful lot of power, but it will just take, as soon as I've got the room there, it will take off. Then I've got a high powered one there, which is a modder. I mean, I'm not sure how much I trust those high voltage substations, whether they're actually working completely properly, if I'm honest. But yeah, they seem to be okay, but I don't know. Okay, there we are. So we'll need to wait till night time to really see the effect. So whilst we're waiting for that then, so let's look at the economy. So yeah, it's not great, is it? So if we say go this year, so overall we've lost, oh no, yeah, it's only 1970. So if we say last year then, so 1977, yeah, look, 53 million rubles I lost. Damn Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, sorry, so 53 million rubles I lost, and I gained $30 million. So when we look where that money's gone, oh look, here we are, import of resources. And straight away, right at the top there, crops. 129,000 tons of grain. And that's at a cost of 41 million rubles. But then, food. That's a surprise. I shouldn't be importing much food. But they both seem to have spiked in the summer months. That could be to do with the time, the time manager jumping 30 days back. So like I said, I do go back from September to usually sort of April, May, June, July time. So that's why those figures have spiked there in the summer. But still, I shouldn't be importing a lot of food. So I did clear that big traffic jam that you saw just then at the start of the video. There was a big lock-up in Esteverna. Some traffic, had obviously been backed up for quite some time because it was this, this entire area here. So that has now been cleared. So maybe that will help in the food import situation. So this year so far, so that's 1978. I mean, we're only in February, and I've already imported all of that food. Where is this food going? Where am I importing this food to? I need to find that out. because I will import grains as much as I need, but food I should be able to be supplying that myself with that grain that's imported. I don't want to be importing grain and food. So let me take a look and try and find if I can hunt down where the food imports are going. So what I do, go to your overlays, go to resources, always show overlay, go to food, 3000. Right, let's take a look. So the only place that you will see food being purchased really is in individual shops or in main district stores buildings. So here, nope, looks fine. The local food supply it seems sufficient. Same with this one. So here we could have a potential problem, as it is right down to the wire there. It's the food is being imported at the moment for that store. But as you can see, we do have food, not a huge amount to be perfectly honest, but we do have some. So we've got 320. That's actually... Aha. Right. Aha. So yes, it looks like it is down to a waste issue, as the production of food has been slowed due to the mixed waste issue. So hopefully this will resolve itself. What I may do is just set up, just so this doesn't happen again, set up a small waste collection, but just put it on 1 kilometre distance. It's not straight. There we go. So I think that could be my issue sometimes, is I have these technical services covering too large an area. So we'll import some of some nice American truck. Oh, hang on. Oh, rats. Oh, I'm not gonna... I'll have to rehome them. But I thought the factories usually... why is it? Oh, I see. They're usually big. So they'll be no good because they're small container pickups. So just pop those in there. Okay, there we are. So hopefully they will get that factory. Yeah, there we go. Look, straight away. There we are. Ah, and the spring. Right, so that factory is back in action. What am I over here? Right, so they're not, that's not set on purchase at all. And then I have another factory down here, which has exactly the same issue. So that is why we've been having an issue with food supply. So that's is really what I do love about this game, is that, you know, an issue in a completely unrelated district with a traffic problem where the trucks was struggling to get fuel can then lead to a massive traffic jam, which then leads to the rubbish not being collected quickly enough, which then leads to food not being produced quickly enough, and then before you know it, your whole republic's collapsing. So always have got to keep your eye on this thing. So we'll have them same trucks. And we'll set those on just 1 kilometre as well. Come on then. Come on then. Sometimes this does happen with hang on, actually. Yeah, it is within range. Why is it not immediately going and emptying that? Yeah, that's not full. Okay, I'll put some outside. So I know they do prefer going to them first. Pop that on there. Come on. Stop reducing food. Oh, there we go for that one. Because, yeah, look, that was right down to the bottom as well, so no wonder. So we should hopefully see that food amount drastically begin coming down. Oh my god, yeah, so many things have run out by the looks of things. It looks like that issue should hopefully now be resolved. take a little bit of time, but the initial issue is still there, where is we need to just check these aren't still flashing. Okay, could do with maybe one more substation about here. Maybe pop it there. So I think I've only got one more output left on this. Yeah, I have. Oh, it'll do. Oh. Just stay on. Stay on. I don't believe it. This area is still struggling. Let's see if I can get away with just splitting one of these wires. See what I mean about the usage for the above ground ones? Just make them like this, you know, very localized ones I tend to use them for. And then if you need to travel somewhere over a long distance, then use high voltage. Something here is really aha. That will be it. Right, so that's why we're having a problem there. So I can delete that for now. And I'll move the heating plant Still be electric. I'll move it nearer the plant and then put a hot water tower over there. Yeah, that's it. It appears to be one of the downsides of using electrical heating, is that even though you connect it with a high voltage line, it still seems to draw off the medium grid, or unless I'm just reading that wrong and not doing something properly, but that always seems to be the case. And what I'll do here is I will put a water tower, or a couple of water towers actually, I think I'll need now. Then there is an oil plant there, to be fair, so I might just get away with just that, and I'll leave this for emergencies, so we'll only use that if temperature is above 0 degrees. So it will only come on if it is frozen. Right, so it's because of the paths. Yeah. No, I just want that. I'd like to demolish these buildings because there's a texture issue with them. So yes, I need to stop people moving into them. I think that's all of them. Yeah, it's a shame because they're nice buildings, but yeah, they load blank on the one side, and they all seem to do it as well. So, shame. But I don't think I've actually got anywhere to move people into. No. No, the Republic has no free apartments at the moment. Sometimes I've got, you know, the odd block that but no, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I won't be able to demolish any of these buildings until we've rehoused them. So let's do that now. So how many homes will I need? So it's got 200, one of them's got 200, one of them's got 200, about... Oh, no, they're student apartments. Okay. I think I have just managed to house actually a lot of... Yeah. Last year... Yeah, so managed to bring down the number of young people without their own home from a peak of nearly 17,000 to just above 10. So yeah, we've just rehoused like 7,000 people. Oh, a lovely sound. So we shall do that again, but I am really starting to run out of convenient building plots, shall we say. This little area don't look too bad. Got a hospital. Where's the nearest shops? Might not be. Yeah, so they're gonna just fall without access to that shop there. That's a bit close to the refinery there, isn't it? I do like to keep up some sort of, you know, idea of regulation that, you know, you don't build right next to a refinery. You don't build a load of houses right next to a refinery. Okay. I build maybe some really dense housing. Things like if I'm rehousing a load of people, I'd rather, you know, keep everyone sort of together as best as I can. It looks an okay area. It has got the heating plant right there, but these houses have it pretty nearby. So yeah, I'm going to put it here. Shame I can't move that. Well, I could move it, but it's a bit faff. So I'll have some of these, because these are very useful buildings, because they are very efficient when it comes to space. So make sure if ever you're doing rehousing people to always do not allow citizens to move into the buildings that you're using to move a specific group of people, because as you know, the citizens will just move straight in. Which usually is absolutely fine, but in this situation we do want to specify the exact citizens that move in. So these have each in them 300, so it's about 400, so 800 people we should be able to rehouse in those towers. So we'll just get those built. We're building those out of resources. I mean, they would naturally just empty over time as citizens moved or died, but we want to expedite it slightly. Ooh, let's just... oh yeah, sorry, another full disclosure. Another thing I do use on my maps is the map builder, just for decoration. Because otherwise you end up with just no trees. I mean, you can replant them, but you know, you can't specify any design, or you know, there's not a city in the world that can't, you know, have its, you know, decide to have its gardens and parks a specific way. And I just think it adds that extra layer of realism. And if you could use this tree line feature on the normal tree thing, I would 100% use it, but for some reason you can't, and I've just never really understood that. Okay, so yeah, so let's get the sim going. We'll see if we're having any sort of noticeable effect. I mean, the food will take a little while to get distributed. So here we've got a train that is distributing food. So on this train, it's 86 tons of food. So and as Saverna's backbone distribution system is provided by rail, once the resource becomes available, it's able to very quickly be spread out to the Republic. Looks like it's going to Osterverna. Verna Australis. Oh, no. It's not gone down the Verna Australis. Must be going to Sierra. So another train there, look, distributing food. Just come from here. There we go, and right next to there are new flats that we're building. There's a lot of people using that shop, and deliveries going to it at the moment. Oh, there is one just... Right, so that's obviously overstretched. So what's that? How many vehicles? 8. So let's upgrade this one. So you want to try and keep vehicles to a minimum, so don't soon, like when one distribution centre's overloaded, think, right, I'll build a bigger one. Obviously you want to do that, but then get rid of the other one and move the vehicles and just see if it works with, because the distribution centres will try and be as efficient as possible. If you give it 30 vehicles, it will do its damnedest to use those first 30 vehicles, but so will the old one as well. So you'll end up with like 2 separate distribution offices then doing the job that one could do. They'll just end up running over each other. So if you ever have the one you're at, don't just like create another bigger one. Always get rid of the smaller one and then just move your vehicles across, and then you can copy the job list across to it as well. Right, so drop off fuel just so the trucks don't have to create a journey to get fuel. Technically it is food for the vehicles, I guess. Right, so change workplace, so they're all going to go to there now, and then copy the task list over as well, and then blow it up. So this has got much more vehicles, so I've got a nice big store of covered hulls that I've made myself. I'll send all them there pretty much. So if I just remove the bus out, garbage truck, the other bus, right, and then it's police car. Well, a police car won't want to go there anyway. So change workplace of all of them, so we'll have all of those now working for our new one. Yeah, that's fine. So off they all go. Look, because our distribution hub that we've just demolished and replaced had quite a long jobs list. So yeah, it's supplying a lot of buildings, so it's probably been overloaded for quite some time, which has meant that because any standalone shop always orders food in via ghost order for if it runs out, because obviously it's food, you know. So if my road traffic distribution isn't keeping up, that's an issue, because then they will obviously start buying in straight away. It's one of them buildings that only seems to have power when the game's on play. There are flats coming along. Okay. There's our trucks, look. I think our blue trucks going to their new, yeah, there they are, look, to their new distribution hub. And hopefully we'll see a dramatic decrease in the amount of food being imported. Grain, can't do much about, I think. Although, yeah, I will have a look, see what options we do have. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be meeting Savannah's grain demand domestically. Not unless I get more land, which would be too expensive to do realistically using the country's money. So what's your opinion? Would you be okay if I was to make some land using the map builder, but just land, no resources, or bankrupt the nation doing a very limited amount using the... I suppose I could see how we get on using our own machinery. If I build loads of excavators, maybe. Yeah, let's give that. Yeah, I like the idea of that more, actually. And maybe build like a, grain island or something. Oh, we've got a train lock-up. Oh, wow. Don't get many of these. And I'm genuinely not being sarcastic there. I genuinely don't. Right, so yeah, I can see what's happened. It's just these are a bit awkward for now. So we'll just let that go through there. Well, where do you want to go? Yeah, that's throwing you on it. I have got too many chains here, I think. What I could do here is... it's probably going to have loads of unintended consequences, but I have always thought that this junction's a bit janky. So we'll just see what problems arise from that. As any frequent player of this game knows, it's a bit dangerous deleting railway lines and things, because the game has a nasty habit of crashing on you. Right, so there we go. It's got rid of... oh, there are still far too many signals there, I think. Or semaphores, sorry, as in Britain we call them signals. Right, so that's mixed on there. Right, so there we go. So that's I'm going to leave it there for now. In the next video, I will we shall probably be rehousing those people here, as those flats are coming along nicely, and we will be... what else are we going to do? Oh yeah, looking at the grain situation. I mean, I might have an idea already, actually. So this year's import resources, food, still 4 million's worth, but it has come down from last month, so hopefully that trend will continue. So yeah, thank you very much for your time today. It's much more informal type of video, so I'll do like these more sort of gameplay videos, and then do sort of the more like world buildy, alternate reality type Savernary things, like in like another sort of series of videos, just to keep the two separate. So as we learn more about the history and the culture of Savannah, not just its mechanics, I guess you could say. So yeah, check you out in the next one. Please like and subscribe, help a little channel out, and yeah, have a great time wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Ta-da.